All right, we'll talk some TV with him next.
Do we have some audio he might be interested in? I'm wondering if we have some any audio in the entertainment stuff, Betsy. That might have been I'm just saying that might be interesting to a guy from entertainment tonight, Betsy.
He's from Entertainment Weekly.
Jim, pay attention, please.
I'm sorry, Ben. I get nervous.
You get nervous.
I get scared.
He was all proud that he was producing a little bit for the show. What a jawline on that kid. Oh my God.
Scared.
Holy Christ.
A pointy chin, man.
I'll say it is. I dip that in ink and write with it.
He's from the movie That's Entertainment.
Jesus. I got really nervous. What a jawline. Wow.
I
think he's Bruce Campbell.
I think he's got an extra piece there.
Very handsome fella.
Yeah.
All right, so what time is Ichabod Crane coming in?
Hey, we got to get this guy in right away. He's been waiting way too long out there, and we don't like people waiting outside the studio ever.
Jim Norton.
Ever. My God, you're right, Jim. Jesus, what was I thinking?
Jim Norton.
Let's see.
Jim Norton.
Oh, Dalton. I know your name. What's up, Dalton Ross? How are you, sir?
Hey,
Jim. Getting all situated, Anthony.
Of course.
From Entertainment Weekly.
What's up?
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm hanging. Doing all right.
What do you do with Entertainment Weekly? You like a writer?
I watch a hell of a lot of TV, and they pay me to do that, which works out pretty well. But every once in a while, I actually have to write about it.
Wow, I figured out how to do that and not even have to write about it.
Yeah, really?
Just watch TV. It's like pretty much my job is to watch TV and then come in here and just spout about things.
That must make watching TV just like a job, though.
Well, you know, it's interesting.
You can't enjoy it anymore.
Well, actually, I never watch it at night. Like that's my downtime. You know, it's like I actually watch it either on DVDs or tapes beforehand, or I fire up the TiVo and I watch it. And that way, you get to cut out the commercials, which is nice.
TiVo must be like a boon to your industry.
Yeah, it's.
You just have to record it on video?
I'd marry my TiVo if I could.
Yeah.
If my wife would let it. I'd move to Utah and do that.
I like talking to other people that have stupid jobs like us. Like you spend your day watching TV, and that is your job.
Yeah.
That just amazes me.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
No more videotapes, though, which was just like, ugh.
Oh, yeah,
Why don't you just get rid of the goddamn videotapes? Who doesn't have a DVD player?
Jesus, rich guy. A lot of people out there.
You know,
Scott from Arizona probably doesn't.
You might have been able to get me with that for, maybe a few years back.
Who, Anthony? Everyone above 100th Street here in New York City. Who
Who else doesn't have a butler and cook?
Butler.
He doesn't have a butler. He has a cook, though.
The Opie and Bruce Wayne show. So you actually...
Sorry, Dalton, but...
That's all good.
I hear there's a big buzz on this HBO show, Louis C.K. pilot. There's supposed to be like a hot buzz in the entertainment industry about that.
Well, there's a hot buzz on anything on HBO. Pretty much, anything that can get on there. Lisa Kudrow's got a new show coming on, and everyone's...
Lisa Kudrow on HBO?
Yeah.
What's she going to be doing?
She's going to be doing sort of a show, sort of as an actress looking for a new gig, one of those sort of pseudo-real, pseudo-fake sort of shows, Entourage is coming back. Entourage is funny. I like Entourage.
I like Deadwood.
The thing was supposed to be huge.
Yep.
Deadwood is
Deadwood's good for...
Love Deadwood.
Waiting for The Sopranos to show up.
Well, yes. Deadwood's great, but if you turn away, it's like The Wire. You turn away for 1 second, you have no idea what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Seriously, like, don't answer the phone, don't go to the bathroom, don't make any popcorn, or else you're just completely lost.
Yeah, you'll get tripped up on the storyline. I like the use of the C word, very prominent.
I actually counted one episode. Yeah. 39 times in about a 50-minute episode.
Wow.
Yeah, they throw that word around a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he claims it's historically accurate. I don't know about that.
It used to be used a lot back in the olden days.
That's what he says. So David Milch, creator David Milch says. I don't know about that. But
I guess so. It's a damn entertaining program.
The Louis C.K. Project didn't really have a lot of that profanity. I mean, they had like a married couple and some other stuff. It was supposed
By the way, he's involved with that project.
Yes, I've noticed.
Careless about it. I'm speaking very...
So May sweeps have begun?
Yeah,
will begin this coming weekend, right?
They're beginning now. A lot of finales, a lot of big events. We got that Elvis thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, they did. It seems like every 10 years they got a new Elvis thing, right? It's like the king is still in the building, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. You got 2 nights.
You have to watch it. That's your job.
Yeah, but I know it is my job.
Watch it.
But I don't know if I would, because we all know how it's going to end, right? The dude's going to get fat. He's going to start wearing white jumpsuits and doing karate on stage.
And he takes the dump and dies.
Sounds like the Ben Sparks story.
Yeah, and a lot of people blame his dying on the pills and stuff. I don't know. I sort of think if you got a bowl of of bacon on your piano for an everyday snack, you're not going to sort of hit triple digits in the years department anyway. It's sort of, you're on borrowed time to begin with.
Yeah, Dr. Nicopoulos, they all blamed the doctor. Make this he gave him the pills, he killed him. But the guy wanted to stop giving him pills, and all of a sudden, you stop giving me pills, I'll buy the goddamn drugstore. So what are you going to do, not give Elvis pills?
No, you got to give Elvis.
Even if he doesn't want them, you should give them.
Yeah, Elvis is going to get the damn pills.
Of course.
He's going to get the damn pills.
Absolutely.
What do you think about American Idol?
American Idol, I'm not into the singers this much this year.
No?
They're trying to do sort of the rock and roll thing with some of these guys. It's just not happening for me.
That show is all about the auditions. I watched the first, 2 or 3 shows, and then I was done.
Well,
and I said it on this program.
No.
I was done. This guy watches every episode.
But what you just said doesn't make sense. It's just about the auditions. That's
But-
all I watch. I don't watch anything
I'm
else.
not the bad
because
guys.
you don't watch anything else.
Because all these dopes that think they have talent and making complete fools of themselves on national TV, I enjoyed that.
But then it takes another whole turn. It's like 2 shows in one. You get through that, and then you get to the point where you start seeing these people on a weekly basis. You find ones that are good, some that are bad, ones you want kicked off, and they keep going week after week.
Yeah.
Like that fat guy.
Are you rooting for one in particular every week?
Let me think.
Oh God, don't say
No.
that. Don't. Thank you.
I'm not rooting for one. I'm rooting for a couple to be thrown off. That Anthony Fedorov's got to go.
Yeah, he's horrible.
He stinks on ice.
Horrible.
And then the fat guy, what's his name?
Scott Sable.
Scott. He's got to go too. Both of them. They're usually in the bottom of the voting each week.
Yeah.
And then what a shocker this week.
Hold on.
Yes,
we do have a TV guy here, and we have to take this moment because Ellen DeGeneres is about to dance again.
Here she goes.
She's terrific.
Well,
Here she goes.
Well, you never know when she's going to start. That's the beauty of this
turn
bit.
this up?
Like she teased that she was about to start dancing, then she stopped.
Well, she's clapping for herself too.
Yeah.
She's pumping herself up. This is sort of a pregame routine. I think
It
she's
would
going through.
disappoint the audience because they want to dance with her. Wow. Look at this. And on the other
she's
screen
not
in the other
dancing
corner,
yet.
we
She's
have
not
Tony Danza. It's like Battle of the Retards. In this corner.
What do you think of these shows there,
I think
Dalton?
Danza and I are sort of wearing the same suit there. That's a little frightening.
Yeah,
It's
huh?
like, what's that all about? I'm not a big daytime talker guy. I watch all my stuff that I got to watch the nighttime stuff during the day. So
So you
I'm
watch
watching
that during
these
the day
guys.
so you don't really catch this drivel.
That's all.
Anyway,
that's
back
about
to
it.
American
You on
Idol.
the show,
I'm sorry.
are you on a TV show, or do you just write for him?
I write about TV shows.
It's a magazine, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Entertainment Weekly.
I know.
No, you didn't.
He's got his own stuff going on. He's got his own thing happening over there.
I love it.
Dude, you're
Jimmy
gonna
is
let
so
go to a
self-centered.
curveball.
I'm just a bad pop culture guy. I know I should know that stuff. I don't.
Let me tell you about Idol. The reason to watch Idol now is just to watch how insane Paula Abdul is every week.
She's crazy,
Yeah.
and I'm glad people are starting to address this. From the start of the show, I was like, this woman's on drugs. There's something wrong with her.
According to this primetime special, that might not be the only thing she was on. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, a
It's,
little, maybe some sex
I don't know.
going on between
I
her
don't
and one of
know.
the
That's
contestants.
the rumor.
Oh, my
or the
God.
judges. Maybe there's something going on. Yeah, there's a little, they're going to do a whole expose. When is that, next week?
Yeah, apparently if it airs, she's threatening to sue and stuff. We'll see what happens.
Oh, it'll air.
It'll
They'll
air.
They'll
yeah.
send their lawyers out and,
Yeah.
and make sure it airs because now it's gotten so much publicity. It's going to do great.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Idol, too, because the finale is the same night as the Lost finale. Both 2-hour finales the same night. So, I mean, but come on, the Idol finale, they don't do anything for an hour and 55 minutes.
I know. Yeah,
You
you
know?
can sit around there and watch Jack Off postpone the ending for 50 minutes.
What's
Right
the
after
Lost
the break.
finale?
Yeah.
What's the Lost finale?
25th.
The show
May 25th.
Lost. You ever see that? I saw one episode
Oh,
of
like
it.
there's a show called Lost. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. I thought there was like a Lost
Come
finale
on
for
now.
American Idol. I swear
The
to God.
Lost
serious.
finale?
The Lost episode.
I
That's a
really
good
couldn't
one.
see that.
Found in Jackie Gleason's
Yeah,
old
you know,
lockers.
No, I thought there was like a mistake or something that got screwed up and they fixed it. That's
Right, yeah. No, the people on the island,
I watched one episode of that show and I was like, I could give a crap
It's
about
good.
these people on the
It's
island.
good.
Really? You like that
Yeah, I
one?
like it. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I mean, you got to stick with it. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's sort of hard to pop in and out.
Yeah, that's what it is. You can't
Yeah.
kind of step into that show.
Right.
It's like you got to know the characters and stuff. What about, we've seen a little preview of Rosie O'Donnell's movie
Oh, my
this Sunday where she plays the retard.
Have you heard the audio? It's really good. She's convincing.
We have that
Oh,
clip
yeah.
again?
Where is it?
We gotta play it
because
for
we
Dalton.
made
Oh, my
we made a
God.
little. We noticed something here. If we could play the clip of Rosie.
What's
Here it
wrong?
is.
What's up with her hair in that movie too? Have you seen that?
She's got like a Harpo
perm or
Marx, Arnold Horseshack
It is a
kind
horse
of
shack.
thing going on
It
there.
is a horse shack. You're
And then
right.
she's wearing Blossom's hat.
Just so she's more believable, that's
yeah,
all.
that's what it is.
Here's the clip there,
Here's the
Dalton.
clip.
What is this, Britney Spears?
No, not Britney. I'm Cole Bass, and you're Adolfo, and you're new.
How'd you know my name?
You're new, because I know everything. Listen, you had to stop on Carlton Street.
Carlton's not a bus stop.
Oh, listen to Henry. You have to stop there because Miss Pack has a swollen up leg and she has to go to the doctor at 11. So stop on Calder Street, Rudolfo, and listen to me because I only tell you 2 times. That's it. Then you're on your own. Morning, Mr. Breakfast. Can I have that Mr. Cheese cereal? Okay. Pity the poor fool. Don't eat my cereal.
Very similar, isn't it there, Dalton?
Rosie's Playhouse.
She is completely doing Pee-wee.
And everyone's saying how brilliant she is in this role. What do you think,
You know,
Dalton? What goes through your head when you hear something like that?
It used to be you played a mentally challenged, I'm going to use the PC term there, and you were on the road to Oscar glory. But now it's just like, come on, Robin Williams is doing it again on screen. It's just like, wow, that's a tall order right there.
When did Robin Williams do it?
He's doing that new David Duchovny movie.
Yeah, which is just getting panned.
Ellen's
dancing.
She's smooth.
Yay.
She is smooth.
And look at the audience is dancing with her. They're so happy to be there.
She is putting the honky and funky right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic.
You know damn well she doesn't want to dance anymore.
Why is she taking people's coats? She's insane. She's taking their coats off their chairs.
It's tough times financially for Ellen.
She's giving them to someone else.
Ellen. She's nutty.
This is crazy. Oh my God, boy! I can't even deal. I can't deal. The public laps this crap up.
Oh,
just
boy.
laps.
She's still going too.
Oh no, she'll go for 5-10 minutes.
She's terrific.
I bet you if you talk to Ellen behind the scenes, she hates dancing. It was one of those goofy things that worked, but now everyone's like, no, it's a hit. You got to do it every show now.
Yeah.
What a workout that woman's getting, though. Well, let's be honest.
Oh,
Hollywood is so good with just knowing when to let something rest.
as good as we are on this show
we're awful.
with our bits that go on forever and ever and ever.
All right, and what is it about this other the one guy from American Idol the guy that's not supposed to be on the show anymore?
The fat guy?
Which one?
The fat
He was
guy,
in the
Scott.
Post today.
Yeah, Scott.
You mean Scott or Bo Bice?
He's just awful. Bo Bice got.
He got rung up too.
He had a record. He had and not the kind he's looking for. Well, let me he was busted for pot and coke. But then he got off the hook because he went into some kind of drug treatment program, and they plea bargained it down. But it doesn't seem like American Idol really cares. He's one of the standout stars of the show this season, so they're not going to dump him.
That's right. They love the Rockers this year, although the Rocker got voted off this week. So Paula didn't seem too happy about that.
Mm-hmm. No, she was again just a complete emotional breakdown she had.
She looked like she was going to make out with his mom. Did you see that? She's huddling with his mom afterwards and sort of doing getting a little too close for comfort, if you ask me. If I could throw a little Jim J. Bullock in there, I don't know.
Oh, he was fantastic.
He was genius.
He hasn't done anything since that show, which is a sin.
Hey, I believe you forgot Boogie's Diner.
Saw that,
well, I don't think anyone saw it. Yeah.
What's that?
Constantine was singing his song that got him kicked off the show, that Nickelback song, which he did a horrible job on, and that's why he got the boot. But this Scott Savole guy, what's his name?
Savole, yeah, whatever.
Savoli? I don't know.
Whatever's clever.
He is awful. He doesn't have the Idol look. His voice is awful. He can't stay on key. And week after week, they keep voting for this guy.
And he beat up his kid's mom, right? He did something like that.
Yeah. The kid.
Yeah. Well, that's just like, the cherry on top.
Constantine's mom was crying, and Paula Abdul went over and just started weeping into her face, like holding her cheeks and saying it's okay.
All right, now I got to watch it.
They keep focusing on Paula Abdul being a lunatic.
I got to watch that now.
Yeah,
that's the hook.
Apparently, Scott had a legal problem too. He beat up his baby mama.
Yeah, he beat up his kid's mom or something.
Beat up his kid's mom. I don't think they care anymore. Like, they used to throw people off for this, but now it doesn't matter.
I think they're hoping to get people with records and then slowly but surely exploit this stuff as the show goes on and get the press going.
But he's a gangster.
Hey, so May Sweeps has begun, technically. Anyone doing anything really crazy?
Well, there are a few things going on. I guess you got, first of all, Britney Spears. People can never get enough Britney Spears. She actually has a reality show with her husband, Kevin Federline. I love it. I'm going to read you this is from UPN, direct from UPN. This is how they describe the program. It's going to be airing starting May 17th. International icon Britney Spears and husband Kevin Federline share their personal love story through exclusive, never-before-seen private home videos they shot themselves during their courtship, engagement, and wedding. It's like, where is the barf bag when you need it? Right there.
cares?
It's literally home movies. It's like home movies.
Yeah, sitting down and watching Britney's home movies.
Yeah. Good stuff, though.
Oh.
Good stuff.
That guy, now that he's knocked her up, he's going to move on. He's going to move on to hot pieces of asses because now he's very famous because he was, he's the guy that knocked up Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Now he's on the cover.
Kind of
now he's on the cover by himself on all these magazines. His star is rising.
You're right.
And he will move on to young snatch.
Well, he sort of did what Chris Judd did, and he sort of kicked it up a notch. He married the hottie and he got her pregnant.
You know what show is so underrated, and it's one of the best shows on television right now? Life on a Stick. Have you seen that on?
So not with you on that. So not with you.
I can't even fake it.
I actually watched Stacked. Have you watched Stacked yet?
No.
That's the Pamela Anderson one, and I said this actually almost makes Life on a Stick look good. Almost.
Really?
Not quite. That's really bad too. Yeah.
Hey, we got the Life on a Stick promo, Anthony.
Oh.
We were supposed to play these weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this.
Because you noticed how awful.
They've been promoting this show forever. And the promos that they were playing on Fox during, American Idol and other shows on Fox, it was like they were trying to get you to not watch this. It was so completely devoid of anything interesting or funny that you would watch, and it almost looked like an SNL sketch or a Mad TV sketch of a show that wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah, that's pretty right on.
It was horrid.
Maybe it's a Geico commercial.
And then you don't know until they say, why did you call Geico?
Right. All right, let's play the promo here and take a listen to this.
For some, the dream is to become an idol. For others, it's wieners.
Look at all those customers. We're going to imitate them. Wieners, wieners, wieners. Some thick and some are thin. If we sing that, the police will come.
Introducing Life on a Stick.
Once in a while, a hot dog comes along.
Premieres tomorrow after American Idol on Fox.
Okay!
He's singing about hot dogs. That's hilarious.
That is so bad. I could, and watching these, you're like, this has to be a joke.
And the show's worse, yeah.
What's the show about?
I think it's two guys that work in a hot dog type restaurant that looks like a McDonald's for hot dogs. I've never seen any type of restaurant like this. And it's their hijinks with their stereotypical Indian, I guess he is, or Arab, I can't even tell, a boss that always, goofs on them, and they goof on him back, and they're really stupid, sort of trying to be like Beavis and Butthead type characters.
Dude, when did Hollywood become so irrelevant with any type of real character portrayal? Like, when did it stop being anything that was real or meaningful? It's just shit.
These over-the-top bad characters.
None of it's funny.
No.
It's not ironic. It's awful.
Maybe, now, we only heard one. Maybe, do we have another one?
Yeah, let's try another.
Let's try another. Maybe
give it a second chance.
Maybe I judged too quickly.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Laz and Fred dreamed of having it all. They got wieners.
This job sucks. Yeah, except for the hats. They're outstandingly tall.
Introducing Life on a Stick.
Your stepbrother has condemned us all to hell.
We're not in hell.
Premieres tomorrow after American Idol on Fox.
They couldn't find one moment that might even give you a chuckle to put on their promos. Not a one.
The only people I want killed more than those actors and writers is the fucking studio audience members that are howling in the background.
Howling.
That had to be sweetened. There's no way.
Oh, that's all machines.
That's all machines.
Nitrous into
Your brother doomed us to hell. Hell's hot.
Yeah, they went back to the wiener joke.
Funny.
Fox tomorrow. Everything they know about life.
What if we deep fried everything in Mr. Hutt's office?
They're learning at the food court.
You will all go to prison for the rest of your life.
Introducing Life on a Stick.
What were you thinking? Just now? See, this is why I would rather not parent. It's just frustrating.
Premieres tomorrow after American Idol
Look at Jimmy.
on Fox.
Jimmy is ready to jump through the window.
It's the cadence. It's, music, music, music. Bah! Silence, and then the line is delivered. It's the same thing on every promo, and they suck.
You're scaring Dalton.
No, it's funny you mention that, but it's funny because that's the way all the promos are constructed. And even if you put a funny joke in there, by the way it's constructed, it's not even funny.
Right.
If you take like a one-liner out of a show with no context and just put it after some bad music, it's just like, what do you got? Nothing.
It's just crap.
Yeah.
More they deserve it. I love it.
Life on a Stick, premiering on Fox. Shut the fuck up.
You have more on May sweeps there?
Yeah, well, tell you about another show going by. Star Trek's getting canceled.
Yes, the latest installment, Enterprise.
Enterprise, May 13th will be the finale. It's actually funny. Our West Coast office is right across the street from UPN, and one of our writers was driving in, and he saw 2 people out front picketing UPN. So I'm thinking if you're UPN and you see only 2 people out front, like bemoaning the cancellation of one of your shows, you probably made the right call.
You can't pull the plug quickly enough. Yeah, there was, anytime any of the Star Trek shows go off, you get the geek letter writing and geek protesting, but there's really not that many, like you said, 2 guys out there. And this show, I'm a pretty big Star Trek fan, but just never really got me.
Yeah, it started off with a little promise, but it just never hooked on. I was sort of a Next Generation guy. I sort of liked that one, but this just did nothing.
I like the Next Generation original series, of course, classic, and then the movies, all of them. I like, except the first one.
Another show going.
Wrath of Khan, baby, Wrath of Khan.
Is like the best.
He tasks me.
Yeah, the first one, it's like, hey, could you fire a fucking phaser? Could you do something? It was the most boring trying to be like 2001: A Space Odyssey, but it's Star Trek. You want to see, some combat and stuff. So then when Wrath came out, it was like,
it was great.
Great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Another show going by Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, May 16th. The good news is that they're not going to try and do some Seinfeld, wrap everything up, some grand. It's just going to be
They
pretty
didn't really
much
wrap up Seinfeld. They're still sitting in that jail.
They are in that jail, so doing a hard time
with the fat guy.
But it's basically going to be like a regular episode. They're going to do like an hour-long clip show beforehand. Then they'll do sort of a regular half-hour goodbye, and we'll hope for the best. The show slid for me. I used to think it was very, very funny. Past year or two just hasn't really hit it as much for me. Probably best to go out now.
First season, I watched it and thought it was really good. As a matter of fact, I actually was having to defend it with Opie. I remember him saying, "Oh, all these sitcoms that are coming." I go, "No, that one's pretty good." And then it just really started stinking.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's hard when you're on that long, you just say fresh and new, and it just,
Oh, tell us about it.
I can't be bothered with the sitcoms like Everybody Loves Raymond. I mean, I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's my show, man. That's the type of thing I want to see more of.
Buy the DVD box sets like Taxi, all that stuff, watch it, and just let the networks just go into the toilet with their awful shows. Buy the old show, All in the Family. They're just the greatest.
Buy the old shows, watch them,
Bob Newhart just came out on DVD. Hilarious.
How brilliant was the ending of that show with Suzanne Pleshette?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Survivor. I used to be a huge Survivor fan. I saw the first maybe 3 or 4, and then I just kind of faded away as a viewer.
I think it comes and goes. It's really like it's one of those. It has good seasons and bad seasons, and it sort of depends on the cast. And I think this season's actually been pretty good. Last season was a stinker. This one I think's been pretty good. They had that one tribe just got decimated all the way down. And so I think it's been a pretty good season. What is interesting, though, is, they got Boston Rob and Amber from the All-Stars. They're on The Amazing Race. That finale is May 10th. And then they're going to air their wedding on May 24th. I just, don't see how that's interesting unless Boston Rob is like, somehow, swindling the florist. I don't know really where the intrigue's going to come from that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
For chicks, I guess.
Maybe she doesn't show up to the wedding.
Oh, there you go.
And then there's a police investigation. Maybe she went out jogging.
Maybe she goes out jogging, turns up missing.
Went jogging down the beach.
The police declared a criminal case.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, their whole appeal is just how, down and dirty they can get in a gaming strategic element. I don't know what's going to happen with that wedding,
Well, Survivor's still, getting the ratings, though.
Yeah, 20 million people. I mean, 20 million people. It's pretty crazy.
I know nobody that watches it. Like, I don't even... It doesn't have that water cooler talk that it did the first couple of seasons, that's for sure.
Nothing really has water cooler talk now. It seems in a sense because the way that it is, you TiVo it, not everyone's watching it when it's on.
At the same time. Yeah, that's a good point.
People bring bottled water to work.
That's part of the problem.
Tough Crowd had that. That's the last show. It was a Tough Crowd.
Tough Crowd. Colin Quinn's Tough Crowd.
There he goes again.
You make a good show. He makes a really good point, though. When Seinfeld was on Thursday nights, Friday, everybody was talking about it around work.
ER was another show people talked about a lot.
I mean, you can name
Blue.
a million of those shows, but with the TiVo and everything else, they're so light. They're watching it at all different times, and we're not syncing up as a society as far as our TV viewing anymore.
People in our office are literally walking around in the mornings with their hands over their ears because they don't want to hear people talking about it. I mean, you almost don't want to talk about it and ruin it for someone.
Yeah. That's the best way to talk about it. Spoil it. Go ahead.
Wreck it for everybody.
Family Guy.
Family Guy and American Dad.
And American Dad.
Seth MacFarlane's new. He was on here, right? Did you guys have him on?
Yeah, we had Seth on and Alex, who does Lois. And I couldn't be happier that they're bringing that show back. I just hope they don't lose their edge because the climate's different now, you know.
Here's what's interesting about it. Okay, we know the show was on, right? It got canceled. It comes out on DVD, huge smash. But a huge smash for DVD is about 2 million. I think it's sold about 2 million. The question is it going to be able to do network numbers to stay on a network? That's really, because if 2 million people are passionate about it, they watch, but that's all it watches. We all know that's a flop for networks. So are other people now going to come to the party? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that.
What do you think, Arrested Development coming back or no?
I really hope so. I think it's hilarious. I think it's great. It's funny. It's inventive. It's different. It's what TV needs. What's really interesting about it is all these fans trying to save shows. We told about the two people on Star Trek, but Fox has actually organized their own Save Arrested Development campaign, which is really sort of odd.
Yeah, aren't they the ones that really make the
they make the decision, but they've started a website and they're like sending out T-shirts and doing all this stuff. It gives prestige to Fox Network. I know that's almost an oxymoron to put prestige and Fox Network in the same sentence, but it really doesn't do big numbers. They put after The Simpsons, it's still not doing it, but it's hilarious. It's just great.
It is, and it just goes to show you the kind of crap that the public in general licks up.
Oh, yeah.
Just garbage gets numbers, and then anything new, inventive, a little different, something that might take a little more thought or some getting used to than just plopping down in front of the same basic formula-driven sitcom crap. It doesn't do well because people are just stupid.
They don't want to. Yeah, they just want to. They want to tune out. They don't want to think. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, there's like my friend and I were talking, and TV in general is just so like watered down. And I mean, is it because of the mentality?
Well, I think it's also that there's so much more out there, and the whole market's so saturated. So there are still good programs on television. Probably if you count up the number of good television shows on television now, if you include cable, there used to be, you get the same number, even more. Right. But it's just the crapola meter's out of control on the other side. So there is some good stuff there, but you have to weed through so much bad stuff just to get to it.
Yeah, but we were watching. I never saw Arrested Development. Was it second or third season?
Second season.
And he's like, dude, this show is just like. And I'm like, well,
It's great. You got to check it out. That's why the DVDs are great. You can go back, get the DVDs, see the whole first season, and it's David Cross is in it, and he's hysterical, and it's something you wouldn't expect to see on Fox, which is probably the best endorsement for it.
Very good. All right. Anything else in May Sweeps we haven't covered? I know Oprah's doing some kind of wacky shows. She's getting like twins together. One's really, really fat, and the other one's very thin and petite.
Wow.
And for some reason, that's a big deal. And then there's then she's doing another one on twins where one of them had a sex change. She's going that route?
She's going the Maury route with the freaks.
Yeah, I guess.
Like freak show kind of thing.
Yeah.
I saw some commercials on that, and I'm thinking that's not what Oprah does.
Got to give Maury his props, man. That guy's been around for, a lot of talk shows come and go. Maury Povich knows what works. Bring on the freaks and the DNA tests.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
The only shows he does is bring on, baby mama, and bring on the daddy, do a little DNA testing, see if it's the father, and then on the other hand, he brings in little progeria kids and fat infants and other freaks. He's like P.T. Barnum.
You got to wonder what his dad, Shirley Povich, who is just an incredibly well-respected journalist, is thinking in his grave when he sees Maury doing some of that stuff. I don't know.
Well, I think
I don't think he's really thinking.
Yeah, I don't think he's thinking too much.
Probably thinking, look at a house Maury lives in. What a dope I
was. Sticking it out at the Washington Post for all those years. Yeah, no, that's there's some other specials. The Muppets are back. I don't know. I got a soft spot in my heart for the Muppets. I don't know. I like Animal.
Yeah. You know what I am? That they took a picture with De Niro and he turned me down. He takes a picture with
he took a picture with Muppets.
Fucking cloth puppets. Ugh, that really hurt.
Should have put a little mop on your head.
Yeah.
Walked up to him.
I'm sure he would have loved that.
Bob. Poke him with a big fuzzy finger.
All right, we want to thank Dalton Ross for stopping in.
Thanks,
we're
guys.
going to let him go.
I know.
We would let you go.
We have to do the news and a couple other things. We'd love to have you part of the program from time to time. Come in and do some TV stuff with us.
Absolutely, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Sure.
All right.
My pleasure.
What are we plugging here? Entertainment Weekly?
Entertainment Weekly. It's a good plug. I do a... yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah,
it's not worth plugging other stuff, Show up here and there. Entertainment Weekly. That's the weekly gig. That's what pays the bills.
Yeah. You do articles on people and stuff?
Yeah. Better watch out.
right, it's Dalton Ross, everyone.
I credited yesterday's meeting as the most flatulent meeting we've ever had as a staff.
Yeah. Well, because...
Mainly thanks to Roland.
Yeah, well, we had two bosses out of the meeting.
Right. And that also lets you know, we have a lot of bosses around here. It's really too many.
Well, and then Rob is sort of like the, you know when you're in school and you would have a substitute day, and it kind of is just like a little bit more of like a screw-around day? Because the substitute, they're not going to really bust you for shit.
You don't take Rob seriously.
No, I take Rob seriously, but Rob lets you kind of have a little more fun.
But I would have farted in front of anybody, though.
I believe that is, I
wouldn't care who's there. It comes out, comes out.
My main question, Troy, was that you flatulated yourself. You passed gas in the meeting.
Yeah.
That was, I think... Roland influenced you to do that.
I was definitely Roland inspired.
I think you saw the attention Roland was getting, and you said, I'd like to be on that team.
Well, I thought to myself, Roland just farted twice. And
loudly,
while
people were trying to discuss show business.
Like lifted up a cheek, you know what I mean, to make sure that the sound properly came out of his anus.
Well, that was when Eric informed us all, because we had to stop the meeting, and Eric informed us that on more than one occasion, Roland has been in the office taking a call from a publicist or one of these people.
Yeah.
And he's trying to book a guest, and he's talking to this person, and it's multiple people, by the way. And he goes, "Oh, could you hold on just a minute?" And
I don't say hold on.
He'll just go 1 second. Well, he'll go. That's what he says to the person on the phone. 1 second, please. And he lifts his ass up off the chair. Anyway, as you were saying, and Eric is just in there to suffer with it.
Well, I would imagine that little bit of relief...
Roland is crying, by the way.
That little bit of relief brings Roland such great joy, because I would imagine there's a lot of pressure inside.
Well, and then Eric sprays me with this aerosol spray.
Good. Air freshener or something?
He sprays me, though.
He should.
That's his thing. He loves to do that.
Well, he's got to, keep the environment from becoming toxic.
Right.
My question for you was, I theorized that there was some shit in the underpants after your fart. Was there?
No.
No, not even like a little mark, not a brown mark. Maybe a brown mark.
I'm sure if you looked at it under a microscope. But I wouldn't. There wasn't a bacon strip or anything.
But there might have been like a little dot.
I mean, there's probably some remnants.
Were you scared when you did it? Like, okay, a joke is a joke, but I may have just ruined things for myself.
Well, I mean, it would have been funnier if I shit myself.
You would have liked that. But you would have had to continue the day with your shit pants.
No, I would have just probably either tried to scoop it out.
With your hand?
No, like take like a paper towel or something and like try to like scoop it out.
Yeah, but you can't scoop out all the shit.
Well, then I would either have to put them in a bag, like just go, commando for the day.
Yeah.
And then, or just throw them away. Like I've shit myself, or I've had to just throw my underwear away.
When?
I mean,
No, I don't know.
No, I was on tour. When I was on tour, we used to have to do things that, you wouldn't normally do in a regular situation.
Like shit your pants?
Well, yeah, like This
is when you were on tour with your band you were in before you worked for the show.
Right.
And you shit your pants.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Why?
Because we used to do a lot of we would be on tour and we would be with like 8 or 9 guys in a van, and you're not going to stop just for one person to take a shit. So we used to shit in McDonald's bags.
In the van while you were driving?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
So sometimes there'd be some like left and
What did you do with the bags?
Well, we would honestly sometimes take them. We would pull up to a car.
Yeah.
And we would roll down the window and we would throw the McDonald's bag, and it would splatter all over their their
and what was inside the bag?
Shit, human feces.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
You didn't think to yourself, well, what if that was my car?
When you're on tour with your buddies, it's just about, I want to have fun at anybody's expense. I don't really...
Specifically that guy with that car.
Right. And then, guys would get fucking pissed. Be like, pull over, fuck you, fuck you.
People were in the cars when you did this. It wasn't parked cars?
We're driving down the highway.
You threw this at a driver next to you?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's funny.
It is.
And they'd be like, pull over, and they would see all of us. I'd see like 8 lunatic-looking motherfuckers in a van.
And you guys were ready for a fight, too.
We were like, yes, bring it! Bring it!
Like this, I thought after I threw that bag of shit at that car, this couldn't get any better. But now we're going to have a fight!
Yeah. And they would see all the guys, and they'd be like, I'm not, fuck that.
Well, I'll just keep the shit on my car.
Yeah, like I'm just going to pull over to the gas station and clean it off.
This is around the time you met the sex man, Eric Nagel.
Oh, yeah.
Sex man, were you ever shitting in bags?
No, I was never doing that.
Did you ever throw shit at Eric? Honestly?
I've never thrown shit at Eric, no.
Anyone in the band?
I don't think Eric's ever had shit thrown at him.
No, I pissed out the window while the van was moving.
At another car?
If this was still the same van, it was one of those old 70s vans where the big windows in the back had the little like air vents you could pull open.
So you just popped your little weenie out through the crack?
Just piss through the screen and let it shoot out the side as you're driving on the highway.
Oh God! So there's piss all over the screen.
Yeah, that van was that was the rape van.
Rape? There was rape that happened in the van?
No, there was an actual rape, but it was
because I want you to keep in mind we are on the air. I mean, I know
you're
okay with contempt of
I won't
court.
say anything.
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
I won't say.
Did you rape anyone, Eric?
No.
Have you?
No.
Okay.
You're taking me out of context. It's like a rape van. Like
Right.
it's shady.
Like you would see in the movies.
It's shitty.
Rape movies?
Like in a horror movie or something like that, where they abduct some lady who's jogging on the side of a road in the woods.
Yeah.
Like a Law and Order SUV.
Yeah,
SVU.
like a lot of
SUV. It is an SUV.
A lot of shit has gone down in that van.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you've shit in the van.
Shit in the van.
So used to have a makeshift heating grate on the floor
Yeah, that
towards
was
the
the-
back because the van would get cold, and when there were people in there, maybe certain people would be laying down on their backs on the floor
They got burned.
and would get scarred from the heating grate.
Yeah, and actually, the funny thing about that person that got scarred, there was a girl that was being sexed at the sexed.
Not sexted.
No,
Actually,
they were having sex with her, and everybody was sort of watching.
Wait. They were having sex with her?
Band members.
Multiple.
Yeah.
In the van.
In the van.
Was the van moving?
The van was moving. We were moving to another location.
Oh, on tour.
We're on tour, and this girl was having sex with multiple band members.
How many band members?
I definitely recall 2, but there could have been
Were
more.
you one of the band members?
I was not.
Were you watching?
I was observating, yes.
Who drives?
I was observating too.
You were there?
I was there. I was watching.
Were you sexing?
No, I wasn't.
Was he sexing?
I was
No.
playing
Was he jerking?
WCW wrestling on the Super Nintendo.
We had a Super Nintendo hooked up
in the
our-
van.
Yeah.
In the rape van.
Yeah. So the funny thing about this
is true stories.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Okay.
So this girl was getting fucked, and we were all watching, and people were playing video games while this was going on.
WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
NWO.
and in the car, that we had cars behind us because not everybody could fit in the van. So in the car behind us was the girl's fiance.
No.
Yeah.
Now, why would the fiance be okay with the girl traveling with the band?
Well,
did he not know what was happening?
He kind of knew that. She was a stripper, so he knew that she would do stuff with guys, but I didn't know. I don't think he knew that she was getting gangbanged in the van ahead of him.
In the van while it was moving. Have you ever thought, and somebody just feedback this in, and this is a great question, have you ever thought about pursuing legal action against the fellas over at Bang Bus?
Bang Bus?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's a porno website where they get a girl, and they bring her in a van, and then they fuck the girl in the van.
And then they ditch her without paying her.
Did you pay the girls?
Because none of that's put together or anything.
You don't think so?
Did we pay the girls? No. Actually, the funny thing about that, a lot of the girls that we would roll with would pay for us.
I don't even understand. So this girl, she's a stripper.
Yeah.
Her fiance is what, friends with you guys?
Yes.
He's a fan of the band.
Yeah.
And he's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, hey, why don't you let your fiance come up in the van with us, and then you drive in the car?
I think it may have been his car. I don't know why I just know that there wasn't enough room, and we weren't about to add another fucking dude to the mix.
You didn't want to.
I mean, girls, we'll pile them on top of each other, but it's not going to happen like that.
He's telling stories about when he was on tour with his band, and this girl, she got in the van with the band. The band was gangbanging her in the van while it was moving, and her fiance was driving in a car behind the van.
See, I had that happen.
You did. You did. While you were on tour too.
Yeah.
Was it with?
The fucking puppies. So wait, let me ask you now. Did he have no idea what was going on?
He didn't know that was going on, but he knew that she had fooled around with other band members before.
Was he okay with it?
Yeah, he was a little bit of like a swinger, and he was just kind of like in awe of our band. You know what I mean? Like he just wanted to be down.
That's
I've never liked a band that much where I would let them off. Sabbath, you know what?
Would you let Sabbath just rail your girlfriend?
Rape and kill.
Yeah, rape and kill.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But it's so funny that people are like that fanatic over bands that aren't specifically famous.
Well, this guy was just some like turd from the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, and he had nothing going on in his life. So to be able to go on tour with a band, roll into a new city, like drink all the beer,
have your fiance get gangbanged by them while you're driving behind them.
He may have also hooked up with other chicks too. I don't really recall, but I just remember him being a little.
Doesn't make it right.
If you're a swinger, it's one thing, but that's a little fucking much, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're a swinger, you'd think like a swinger would want to at least be in the van watching or something.
No, some guys like the idea. Like I've fucked one girl I used to fuck. We used to talk about her fucking other guys, and part of the fantasy, we never did it, was that she would fuck somebody and then tell me about it after. Or like text me pictures while there was something sexy about the frustration of not being there.
And is it because she's so dirty too?
Yeah, but again, we never did it. This guy actually did that shit.
Yeah, you would like the fantasy, but would you actually enjoy if she actually was like, no, I really did get fucked by this guy?
No, probably not.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah, especially with Troy, 'cause I know him.
Yeah, it's
yeah, Troy and his
it's weird.
band
I mean, I have like a million stories like that. I mean, it just goes on and on, just crazy. I mean, girls would drive halfway across the country just to hook up with us. I know it sounds crazy.
Wow. Well, how famous was your band?
Pretty famous. Oh,
not you,
it was on the verge of being big at a certain point, and then it just fizzled.
What happened?
It was. I don't even know where to start with this one. We were just poorly managed, and there was band members that were a little bit more. Wanted to be the leader a little bit more, not letting other people have a vote, and
egos got in the way a little bit.
Big egos, yeah, and a lot of like lying and money not being accounted for, and
did you want to say, look, we have this beautiful thing where we're shitting in bags and throwing them at people and fucking chicks in a van, and you're fucking it all up?
Yeah, well, you just when you're young, you're 20 years old, and you're out, and you're just a lunatic.
That's how you were in your early 20s then?
Yeah,
wow.
and everybody's like that. You don't really think of like how's this business going to work. You just want to go, who am I fucking next, or what am I doing next?
Were you shitting on stage in bags or no?
No, we would be on tour. We'd be in a van, and I would shit in McDonald's bags, and then we would throw them at cars that were driving next to us.
That's probably still healthier than if you actually threw it directly from McDonald's out the door.
Yeah,
your shit. I got it. We got it, Jim. Got the joke.
So yeah, it was a crazy time.
I would imagine, and apparently, young Sex Bagel was in the van for some of this chicanery.
Or at least his fiance was. I don't mean the girl you went out.
That's right. Yeah.
No. Sex has seen some shit in the old days. He's not going to talk about it though.
Well, he said he was in the van. Eric said he was in the van playing WCW video games while Troy and the band were fucking this girl.
I wasn't fucking. I did not fuck that girl.
Not that specific one.
No.
But were you ever involved in a gangbang with the band and one girl?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So,
but not that one.
Not that one. We're talking about that one.
Was E-Rock the cleaner? Like, would he come in and clean off the band members' genitals with his mouth and the vagina?
Ew. I'm sure he didn't do it with his mouth.
He was the cleaner. Get the cleaner in here, and he would crawl in like a little piggy and clean everyone's genitals,
lapping up everything.
Yeah, like a piggy dog.
What did Eric do?
What do you mean? What did he do?
Was he? Did he ever clean off the area with like a rag? Obviously, he didn't lick the genitals clean. But
how many times did you have to tell him to not go get the McDonald's bag because it wasn't?
You're throwing that out.
Yeah, no, just shit.
That wasn't a fat stage at all at that point.
No,
Eric really. Eric really didn't go too wild. I think Eric was a little more reserved, and he really kind of. He'd sort of seen.
I was a front man for. Distracting people and businesses, whatever, while the rest of the guys did other shit.
One guy in feedback says Troy was way too busy fucking the guy who was fucking the girl to care.
No.
You didn't fuck the guys?
Nope.
Okay. That's good to get out there, though.
Never had sex with a dude. I have bumped balls, though.
With Eric?
No. That's the closest I've ever come to gay sex.
How'd you, in what
shower?
scenario?
No, it was,
Hey, you want to bump balls?
One on the pussy, one on the ass?
Yeah.
Which one were you in?
I believe I was in the anus.
Good for you. Good for you.
That's acceptable, though.
Yeah. But believe it or not, even just a little bump
made you come.
It just no.
That's when I knew.
It made it completely flaccid. It was like, yeah, no.
So you completely went soft while in her ass.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you pull your dick out with shit on it and his balls touching it?
No.
Just go home?
No. It was my roommate, too. So it was.
We talked about Troy's old apartment, right?
With the hot tub in the living room?
Yeah, the hot tub in the living room instead of furniture.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, Eric.
Great place.
There's a great story from there, but I don't know if Eric wants me to.
What story is it?
I don't
Is this
know.
about the beads?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
What's the story that you were thinking of?
The beads is a funny one.
No,
though.
but what's the story you were
Can I
thinking
tell the beads one?
Tell it later. What's the story you were thinking
It's
of?
anal beads and shit.
No, tell the other story you were thinking of.
Erica wouldn't like that one.
Well, what's it about?
No, I can't do it.
Well, what's the kind of gist of it?
Just partying, having a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was Eric partying?
Eric was hanging out.
Were there girls?
What?
Eric, what's the story? I want to know what the story is.
I
mean,
no.
Why not just bring it up?
Well, because it's a funny story.
All right, so just throw it out there then. I mean, I was very revealing with all my shit.
Distracting another girl while the other girl was in the living room?
Distracting
her friend while...
Doesn't sound like it.
Because I used to run interference for people all the time.
Look, I feel like I was very revealing with a lot of my information today.
I will tell anything and everything.
Tell the story you were about to tell.
I would tell the story, but somebody else is involved.
Eric.
It's all right.
He's all good.
Yeah, I got to find out who else was involved.
Yeah,
first.
No, don't even just bring up Eric's name and no other names.
Troy, he's not for any barbecue or rub and tug.
Eric's a public figure.
No, I can't.
The sex man is a public figure.
And let me also say, this was probably like 1998.
Exactly, so it doesn't even matter. It's water under the
so
bridge.
many years ago, exactly.
It's come under the bridge at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Come under the tonsils.
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we used to party a lot.
Yeah.
E-Rock, what's the story?
I'm trying to recall.
You don't mind if Troy tells us.
The bead story is...
No, I don't need to know the bead story.
The bead story runs into me running interference.
But you don't mind if Eric tells a story from '98.
Story, see if it reminds him.
Wouldn't it be something funny if Grape was a story about how Eric raped a child?
He doesn't want me to... All right, I'll tell it.
I'll tell it.
Troy, just start the story. Then
Eric
if he says no. Then
yeah, what's the first part of the story?
The first part of the story is I had an apartment and we would just party, and we had a hot tub, and we would just all kind of hang out and have a good time, have chicks over.
Nice.
You know.
Troy, Eric, you don't mind if Troy tells it. It's from 1998. You don't mind.
He's fine with it.
You're fine, right, Eric? He's not going to...
I gotta go.
I don't know what the story is.
He's
so
not going to bring up
get it.
any other people's names. Just yours.
Is this going to cause problems now?
Well, if it's in 1998, would that cause problems?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll tell it.
All right, just keep going. I'll tell you if you have to stop.
Yeah, how about this? You tell the story slowly, and Eric, you can scream.
I'll buzz in if we have to stop.
That's fair.
Are you sure?
He gave me permission. Yeah, don't. All right, so go ahead.
We have time?
We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, we used to party, and we used to have a good time, and we'd have girls over, and it would just be,
you
know.
and Eric in the band.
Yeah, so it'd be like, probably about 4 or 5 dudes, maybe a handful of girls.
Sure.
So a lot of the girls were down for whatever you would possibly want to do. I mean,
like the girl in the van.
Yeah, like they would just be like, whatever. Toys, multiple dudes, whatever.
Multiple dudes, yeah.
So, are you sure? I'm going to keep going, Eric.
Yeah, he hasn't put the brakes on yet. You don't have to check
Okay, just tell me to stop and I stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he'll just cut the sweeper.
Yeah.
No, just Eric, just scream if you know.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
So there was this one girl there, and she was down for whatever. She made it very clear that she was like bring it, like whatever you got, she can handle.
What a treat.
Yeah. And so
and you guys could bring a lot.
I mean, we were fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
So, I had went first, luckily, and we went into another room and had a session together.
You were sexing.
Yeah.
You sexed.
Yeah. So then I went back out to party, and it was like
intercourse.
Yeah, and then it was literally like one of the other guys went.
Wow.
One of the other guys went.
And they were all fucking this chick.
Yeah.
One after the other.
Yeah.
Was the chick conscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was down.
Yeah. She was a little loopy,
but she was down.
Yeah. Yeah, she, completely consenting, was just a fan and was just wanting to have a good time.
How come you got to go first?
Because it was my apartment.
House. So that's the rules.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's the rules.
Okay. So you're going guy after guy. How many guys are we talking about?
I'm going to probably say after me 2 or 3.
Wow. So you're talking about like 4 guys total, one after the other, penetrating her to completion.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not remembering any of this, but keep going.
Okay.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not recalling any of this.
So afterward, we were kind of like, Eric, Get in there.
Do your thing, Sex Bagel.
Go
Were you
in
calling
there.
him Sex Bagel?
Of course.
Yeah, so what did you say?
That was his rap name. I was like, Sex Bagel, get the fuck in there. And he was very shy. He was very timid. Like, he was a very reserved guy. He wasn't like, yeah! Like, he wasn't a rager.
Right.
You
So
know?
he was kind of, it wasn't dissimilar to the Eric that we know now.
Right.
Right.
So he went in to the room. Am I okay, Eric?
Yeah, so I'm not recalling any of this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. He went in the room, so he was in there for a little while.
Nice.
Okay. And we were like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like, we didn't hear anything. We were like trying to listen up to the door.
Casanova.
Right. And
1 second. I mean, you can continue, but you sure this was me? You're not confusing with anybody else?
No, yeah, this was you.
Okay.
You're positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, am I wrong in
No,
saying
I'm
this?
just I'm not remembering. That's why I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you said go ahead.
Okay. So we opened the door
because you wanted to see the moves.
Well, we didn't hear anything. There was no noise in there whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
And we opened the door, and Eric was there snuggling with this girl.
Okay, I don't remember this because I was probably drunk.
No, he wasn't.
He may have been drinking. I don't
don't remember this story.
I mean, everybody was drinking. Everybody there.
Yeah, but what? So you get drunk and you snuggle with a girl who's just taken 5 dicks?
Snuggle buddy.
I don't know if exactly. I don't know if it was 5. It could have been 4.
Eric, are you a snuggler?
I don't. See, I kept saying I don't recall this story.
So Eric was like the innocent guy who hung out with the band, and after the band, like animals, went through fucking this chick till there was no tomorrow. And some of those guys probably had real nice sized hogs, am I right?
Oh, yeah.
So these guys are just fucking tearing that ass up. And you're like, Sex Bagel, get in there and do your thing.
Is this girl, hold on.
And you walk in.
Don't say her name.
No, I'm not. No.
And Eric was
4 letters, though?
snuggling with her?
Was I out cold, too?
You were both really in a relaxed state.
You went to sleep with her?
I probably did.
Oh my God!
There's been times I've passed out in Troy's hot tub that they had to pull me up by my head because I fell asleep in the water.
Yeah, but you went to go snuggle and fall asleep with the girl who had just been penetrated 4 to 5 times.
Apparently, I don't remember the story. But.
Eric.
Snuggle buddy.
He may have been intoxicated. I don't remember his exact.
That's worse if he was intoxicated.
Well, no, it's probably worse if he was sober, and he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
The snuggle bunny.
Anybody who, like, they say your true inhibitions come out, you know, when you're
drunk, yeah.
That's his inhibition. He's like, finally I get the chance to snuggle with this chick who just took 5 dicks.
Loads.
Well, in his defense,
and loads.
In his defense, she was pretty hot.
He snuggled with her.
Well, maybe he'd never been with a girl that hot.
Were you a virgin?
No. Not at that. No way. Not at that point.
Snuggle virgin?
Dude, I don't even remember the story.
Look, we gotta go. I'm glad you fitted that in, though. I'm glad you shared that with us. I'm sure Eric is too.
No, there's other stories I would know dead on, but that story I have no recollection of.
I wouldn't remember that one if I were you either. Hopefully we'll talk about this more tomorrow, though.
I'm down.
You're down.
Plenty of stories.
So this is the story that was told on the after show?
Yeah, it was basically Troy was talking about crazy things that he did when he was with his band.
Okay.
And E-Rock was hanging out with Troy in those days.
Okay.
And so Troy had an E-Rock story from the...
I was enjoying Troy on the show yesterday. I was thinking to myself, why don't we have Troy on the regular show more?
That's up to you. That's a question you got to ask yourself.
He fucking has a good presence and knows how to tell a story. All right. Here's Troy telling a story.
All right, just keep going. I'll tell you if you have to stop.
Yeah, how about this? You tell the story slowly, and Eric, you can scream.
I'll buzz in if we.
You notice what Sam's doing here, Ronnie? He tricked us into getting his voice on this show.
Promoting the Sam After Show.
What are you doing, Sam?
Sam's
if you don't want clips from the after show, I won't give them to you.
You're tricking me. Now we're hearing your voice.
You hear my voice
and now
every
I got to
day.
discuss it with you.
I don't need my voice on the air. You hear it every single day.
We're hearing it now.
You know how many listeners just cheered when you said that?
You have to stop.
That's fair.
Are you sure?
He gave you permission. Yeah, don't. All right, so go ahead.
We have time?
We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, we used to party and we used to have a good time and we'd have girls over and it would just be you know,
and Eric in the band.
Yeah, so it'd be like, you know, probably about 4 or 5 dudes, maybe a handful of girls.
Sure.
So a lot of the girls were down for whatever you would possibly want to do. I mean,
like the girl in the van.
Yeah, like they would just be like, you know, whatever, toys, multiple dudes, whatever.
Multiple dudes, yeah.
So, Are you sure? I'm going to keep going, Eric.
Yeah, he hasn't put the brakes on yet. You don't have to check.
Okay, just tell me to stop, and I stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was this one girl there, and she was down for whatever. She made it very clear that she was like bring it, like whatever you got, she can handle.
What a treat.
Yeah, and so
and you guys could bring a lot.
I mean, we were fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
So, I had went first, luckily. And, we went into another room and had a session together.
You were sexing.
Yeah.
You sexed.
Yeah. So then I went back out to party, and it was like...
Intercourse.
Yeah. And then it was literally like one of the other guys went.
Wow.
One of the other guys went.
And they were all fucking this chick.
Yeah.
One after the other.
Yeah.
Was the chick conscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was down.
Yeah. She was a little loopy.
But she was down.
Yeah. Yeah, completely consenting, was just a fan and was just wanting to have a good time.
How come you got to go first?
Because it was my apartment.
House. So that's the rules.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's the rules.
Okay. So you're going guy after guy. How many guys are we talking about?
I'm going to probably say after me 2 or 3.
Wow. So you're talking about like 4 guys total. One after the other, penetrating her to completion.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not remembering any of this, but keep going.
Okay.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not recalling any of this.
So afterward, we were kind of like, Eric, get in there.
Do your thing, Sex Bagel. Were you calling him Sex Bagel?
Of course.
Yeah, so what did you say?
That was his rap name. I was like, Sex Bagel, get the fuck in there. And he was very shy. He was very timid. Like, he was a very reserved guy. He wasn't like... Yeah, like he wasn't a rager,
right?
You
So
know?
he was he wasn't dissimilar to the Eric that we know now,
right?
Right.
So he went in to the room. Am I okay, Eric?
Yeah. So I'm not recalling any of this.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Okay. He went in the room, so he was in there for a little while.
Nice.
Okay, and we were like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like, we didn't hear anything. We were like trying to listen up to the door.
Casanova.
Right. And
1 second. I mean, you can continue, but you sure this was me? You're not confusing with anybody else?
No, yeah, this was you.
Okay.
You're positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we opened the door
because you wanted to see the moves.
Well, we didn't hear anything. There was no noise in there whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
And we opened the door, and Eric was there snuggling with this girl.
Okay, I don't remember this because I was probably drunk.
No, he wasn't.
He may have been drinking. I don't
don't remember this story.
I mean, everybody was drinking. Everybody there.
Yeah, but what? So you get drunk and you snuggle with a girl who's just taken 5 dicks?
Snuggle buddy.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
See?
E-Rock, you don't remember this at all?
Well, after the show was over, I was talking with Troy in the hallway, and we were piecing some things together. That was the situation, but the girl he said I was with is wrong. Because the girl they were all banging and doing stuff with, because Troy had a jacuzzi in his living room, and they were doing stuff with like anal toys and all that stuff. I was with her friend in the other room. That was the one who I was kind of like running interference so they could all fuck with the goer in the living room.
Yeah.
So I passed out sleeping next to her friend in the other room.
No.
Yes.
Troy?
He's lying.
I don't remember it like that.
Because the next morning her friend disappeared and we found her crying on the front step of your apartment.
Which one was crying? The
friend.
The gangbang girl?
No, the gangbang girl was up saying hi to everybody and jumping from bed to bed.
Those girls were always troopers, man.
The second
would just
girl
hang out with you the next day, the whole gang, no problem.
Yeah, we had a lot of great girls that would come hang out with us. But yeah, I don't recall exactly. I'm like, I'd probably say pretty sure that it was the girl that everybody.
I'm sure it was.
No, because you guys,
why would
you
you
guys were
remember?
with her the whole night. I was with the other one.
Why did you feel like you had to comfort her, E-Rock?
Yeah.
I
Did
passed
you
out.
fall in love?
No, I was running.
Fall in love?
He
No.
thought she'd be his girlfriend.
Give her those bedroom eyes.
No.
Rescue her from this gangbang.
Yeah, you were going to be her
Rescue from the
Captain
no.
Save
her hero.
No, the other one was doing all kinds of shit. This girl was going to ruin everything, and that was the one I was running interference with, but I passed out.
And that's what she told her friends. Like, you know, she wanted to. These guys all wanted to fuck her, but this guy was going to ruin everything. So I hugged him.
Yeah, I think the friend wasn't giving anything up, and the other one was a sure shot. So,
exactly.
So I think that's sort of why you were interested in the one that everybody got.
Well, once I realized I remembered the stories, because I remember getting woken up at one point saying, you got to come see this, because the girl in the living room who was partying with everybody, they were putting stuff into her ass. And as they pulled it out, shit shot from wherever she was on the couch to the counter in the kitchen, and they're showing the distance of the shit that went across the apartment.
Wait, why are you napping when this is happening? What kind of guy are you?
What kind of stuff were you putting in her ass, Troy?
Well,
or the guys at the time.
My roommate and the one guy in a band used to work at an adult bookstore.
Yeah.
So we would just literally go. They would say the cameras are here and here, so you know you can just take whatever you want. So we would just get like we had this thing called the man rammer, and it was a penis that was this big,
foot and a half.
Yeah, and then it had a handle on it, it looked like a bicycle handle.
Yeah.
And like we had it on display on our mantle, and it was like, you know, if you come in, like, can you take that? You know, that was the sort of thing.
But the man rammer, like for ramming men.
Well, a man rammer, like a penis rammer. So you could use it on.
Yeah, man ramming. That's for guys to get fucked.
Yeah. Okay, well, we would use it on.
How big was this thing around?
It was probably like a Pepsi can, thick, and then probably like a foot and a half long.
What the fuck?
So yeah, so we had all these like crazy sex toys that we would just have fun with, and it was just like if you came over, it was like we opened up a drawer and it was like, can we use any of these? And Chris would be like, yeah, go ahead. So we would just do like anal beads that were like, you know, that big, that were like the size of like
the cue ball.
Yeah,
is what you just showed me.
Yeah,
the size of a cue ball.
And it's just like
he does a lot of visuals for the radio.
Yeah,
I know. I should probably describe it a little better. But,
yeah, whatever to translate.
But yeah, I don't really recall it being that girl. I thought it was the girl that everybody got that went through like a train.
Right.
I'm sure it was. Why would you remember?
Because the room that I was in, Troy's roommate had no furniture. It was just a blanket laying on the floor, and that's all the guy had.
Well, it was a futon.
Are we missing something? Because E-Rock doesn't seem like the type of guy that would hang out with, like, you, Troy.
Well,
he seems like the guy...
At that time in my life, I was.
You were a little wilder?
I was a little fucked up.
I was.
What do you mean you were a little fucked up?
I don't know. I just was not happy being me at that time, and I did everything but be me.
You are now.
You didn't like yourself, Eric?
At that point, I did.
I just don't think Eric really knew himself, and he was sort of looking for his own identity.
Why didn't you like yourself, E-Rock?
I don't know. What
was going on?
I was tired of Long Island. I was tired of just. It's all whiny suburban bullshit. That's all it was.
Wrong? Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us.
And what song talked to you back then about your feelings?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Was it Everybody Hurts?
No. Was it Janice Ian, 17? You were just fucking listening to it. Your room with a candle on, just dreaming of going to parties with the man rammer and
the man rammer.
Fucking everybody, just changing.
Yeah.
Did you clean the man rammer off in between chicks?
No.
I mean, we washed it off.
You washed it.
I don't know if there was really sterilization.
It was a paper towel.
I want to know more about E-Rock. He didn't like himself.
Well,
and what music did you listen to get you through it? Come on, man, share.
There was nothing. I wasn't like relying on music to
Like
get me
James
through
Taylor,
it,
just fucking.
Really go deep?
Yeah.
I was listening, rap, punk, some hardcore.
He was really into ska.
Ska.
Yeah.
Ew.
That came a little later.
Like Real Big Fish. You're just fucking. You're just sitting back there every day, sell out, just fucking enjoying yourself. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, you're fucking less than Jake. No one gets me. I wear a fucking tie that's got like little piano things all over the
No.
No one in the school gets me.
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, all right, yeah.
We knew Eric because Eric worked at his college radio, and he knew how to rig CMJ.
Mm-hmm.
So, So the band I was in would start charting in like really weird places, and at that time, I mean, that's how you got signed.
Yeah.
You know, labels would look at CMJ and go like, "Who the fuck is this band? They're charting all over here," and then they would investigate. So Eric had a way of rigging it. So that's how he got involved with our band and a couple other bands.
Oh, really?
For those who don't know,
so
CMJ,
you didn't really want to hang out with him, but he had something to offer.
Well,
Be
I mean,
honest.
I mean,
you guys
really
became friends, but at first you're like, fuck, I don't want to hang out with this guy. But look,
Well, I met Troy secondary. Like the other guys I knew before Troy, and before those guys, I knew other friends of theirs from another band. That's how I met everybody.
Yeah. So, we hung out, and then we would go up and go to his school, and we would play his school.
And steal all the equipment from the school.
Yeah. And then we would go out to...
the band would go into your college radio station and steal
Oh, yeah.
the stuff that you were responsible for?
No, because where the radio station was later, a little further down on the floor, was the storage area they would keep extra, like, TVs and computers and things like that. And the doors down there were not really that secure. You could kind of... If you gave it a gentle kick, it opened up, and I said, "Look, there's a bunch of Macs and PCs in there."
You guys treat Eric well?
I mean,
you took advantage of him.
Well, a little bit, yeah, because he would have a party at his house, and we would trash it.
Specifically because it was his house? Like, we got to trash this guy's house. It's funny.
Well, it was just kind of like we just wanted to have fun,
and Eric wanted to just belong.
Yeah, like he had a hot tub.
What an evil combination, man!
Like he passed out or something, and then we took everything and threw it in his hot tub.
What do you mean everything?
Well, there was like everything we could find around.
One guy fucked a cantaloupe, came in and threw it in the hot tub. It was stuck in the filter.
I got a blowjob in his mom's bathroom from her.
No.
Did your parents find out about it?
Well, they probably will today.
Oh, really? Boy.
Funny.
Hope no one ate that cantaloupe.
There were Heineken bottles in the trees that I couldn't get down, so all this green light was reflecting from the sun.
So the next day, like, you had to go and clean up all their mess?
When did you realize these guys were taking advantage of you?
Well,
they weren't your friends.
They're screaming at you, why aren't we charting anymore?
Right.
Work your fucking voodoo.
Right. Did you realize they
I
weren't
hung out
your
with
friends?
them for a couple of years, and then I got sick of it, and then I left.
Because you finally
No,
woke
because
up.
one of the guys wanted... he started asking all the band members everything to start paying weekly dues into the band shit, and I was like, I'm not paying to be here, so I left.
Yeah, Eric's.
Then they wanted money from you?
Yeah, it was a fucked
I
up,
never did.
It was a fucked up situation. But Eric's seen some shit. Like we used to have
literally all over the fucking place.
Right. We used to have.
Why was the shit flying out like that?
I don't know, but it was awesome because that was
Is that
at least
possible?
15,
to shoot
20
shit
feet.
across the room?
Well,
they yanked it out
no,
of
there
her.
was anal beads, and he pulled it like he was starting a lawnmower.
Yeah,
it was like boom, and it was like shit went
just
flying
splattered everywhere.
And the girl was cool with this?
Yeah, she was having a blast.
She took photos.
She was having a blast.
Yeah, she had a good time. But yeah, I mean, there was Eric's been to we used to have weekly meetings, and we would have late night, and then we'd have
Monday
girls
nights,
over
yeah.
Monday night meetings, and then we'd have girls come over, so we'd do a band meeting, and then we would just do crazy
Horrific
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, and Eric's seen some pretty crazy shit go down. There was one girl that got branded.
Oh.
With our band logo.
Where's that girl now?
I don't know, but her parents threatened to sue, and it was a real mess.
She was only 11.
She wanted to be like initiated into the band, so someone came up with the idea of
What band is this, by the way?
You don't want.
I mean,
they don't want to say.
We don't need to really.
It's Foghat. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody came up with the idea of like, hey, we have those metal wire coat hangers in the back. So we took it and bent it into the first letter of the band name, and just by holding it with an oven mitt on the electric burner in the kitchen, heated it up till it was orange.
Yeah, and you can smell burning flesh in the
hair, flesh. It was just
fuck. Where'd you hit her?
Right in the ass cheek. Just went, and when you heard it, you heard a crack and a sizzle, and then almost like a pop. So it's like,
holy fuck. Did she yell?
Yeah,
she screamed.
Yeah,
and we're like, no, it's okay, it's okay. We took like wet paper towels and then put some Vaseline and a Band-Aid on her.
What was the drug of choice? There had to be drugs.
Honestly,
no one just does that.
What, the girl or us?
You guys had to be on something.
No, we really didn't do much. I mean, we were sponsored by Jägermeister, so that contributed a little bit to it, but we weren't ever really on hard drugs or anything. I mean, I was actually straight edge at the time, so, and the other guys really didn't do much.
And you just felt like she wasn't going to cause a problem after being branded?
Well, you just kind of get wrapped up in the moment.
And can we do this on the radio tomorrow?
I mean, that'd be great.
Oh, shit, it would.
Was Eric partaking in this stuff, or was he like an onlooker?
I was there.
He was there. He was more of an observer. He was very observant. Like, he didn't really
I put the Band-Aid on her.
He didn't participate
he
much.
helped her again. He put the Band-Aid. He snuck it.
Well, because he probably didn't have access to a lot of...
pissed.
Oh, well, he's helpful. That's nice.
Nice.
I'll rescue you.
It was black. It was black, crusty, and bleeding, so they're like, put a Band-Aid on it.
All right, but let me ask Troy, did you give a fuck that it was black, crusty, and bleeding?
No, I was just looking to have a good time.
Yeah, of course. You didn't like Eric. He just brought something to the table.
Well, Eric was
It's
a little,
obvious.
Eric was
Maybe it developed into something, but
he was a little nerdy.
And a little needy, right?
Well, and he just had never really been exposed to that kind of craziness.
Right.
So he was just a little bit more like shocked about what was going on. I think he was just happy to be involved in what was going on because he had never really been involved with anything like that.
Like when you trashed his house?
Well, he wasn't really involved with that. He had passed out.
Let me go to Jay in Rhode Island. He's got an observation. Jay?
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey, man.
I just thought the funniest part of this whole story wasn't the fact that the girl had train ran on her. It's that the next morning she woke up and went bed to bed, but yet the girl who had to sleep next to E-Rock was outside in tears.
Yeah, I don't think I want to recall that it was the actual girl that got trained.
Ronnie, you got a take on this whole thing?
No, I got none at all.
With the E-Rock thing, though?
Did
you have the needy guys when you had your crew?
The thing about E-Rock is that he played his part. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
You got to give him that. They branded this girl right down to the bone. She was in big trouble, and he was there with some Vaseline and a Band-Aid.
Came to the rescue.
He's like an EMT.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Cleanup.
Yeah,
he's the wolf.
Yeah.
He's the wolf. If fucking shit goes down,
you call E-Rock.
You gotta call the wolf.
You call
He's going
E-Rock.
to take. He shows up in a tux, and he's follow me, gentlemen.
Yeah, we had fun back in the day. It was a lot of fun. But
E-Rock, when did you finally have it with these guys and move on?
Let's see.
What happened? Was there an incident where
early
holy fuck?
99.
What happened though?
I was getting yelled at for not paying money into this shit.
How much money were they going to charge you?
They wanted from everybody that was there, and at that point there was, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10. He wanted like $100 each
per what month?
Yeah,
was it month or
per
week?
Month. And we found out that he was paying like his phone bill and everything out of this money, and it wasn't going back into the band like he had said it was. So it was a shady ordeal.
But you wanted money from him because you knew he was a rich kid.
Well, I wasn't the one asking for the money. There was more of like a band leader that was asking for this money. So
taking advantage of E-Rock.
Yeah,
knowing that E-Rock really wanted to hang out with you guys.
Did you guys respect E-Rock?
I mean, I liked E-Rock. I don't know if the other guys did, but
why? What did they say about E-Rock?
Behind his back.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's very similar to the way he is now. So it's like he's just sort of, I don't know, he was just sort of happy to be involved, and he was a little timid, I guess, a little, just he was just excited to be there and just be involved in it. So he really didn't care what people did to him or what people said to him.
Did they ever use the word faggot to describe him?
Plus,
I'm sure at some point, probably.
I wouldn't get piercings. I wouldn't get tattoos. I wouldn't do all that stuff. So that was starting to cause an issue.
Yeah, you just wanted to be alone. That's why you just wanted to hang out, help the girls.
Yeah. Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, caretaker.
Make sure they were healing properly.
Yeah. I don't think Eric really had access to girls like that were that willing to do whatever anybody wanted. So he just sort of
snuggle.
Well, I just didn't know if he knew how to react. He knew how to act to those girls.
And you guys would just yank fucking anal beads out of chicks, huh?
Yeah, I mean they were just down for whatever.
They ever pink sock on you or anything?
What's that? When like shit comes out?
No, the whole asshole pops out.
No, I mean these are young girls, so they're pretty tight, like a drum.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure if they're a little bit older, I'm sure that would probably.
Were you ever arrested for this shit?
I was arrested, but not for that.
What were you arrested for?
Retail theft.
Shoplifting?
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, I was set up, but I was involved.
What do you mean you were set up?
Well, I worked at a snowboard shop, and we were on the second floor, and I used to throw snowboards and boots and stuff out the window, and then I'd pull my car around, grab it, I'd throw it in my trunk, and then I would sell snowboard shit out of my trunk. And then I got set up by the owner of the place.
Because they knew it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a setup. He was robbed
wants his shit
and
back.
went back and got the guy who robbed him. That's not a fucking
Yeah, but
setup.
he set me up
where's
so I
the
got
setup
busted.
part?
He set me up so I got busted.
Oh.
But you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever you go down that road, you got to know when to pull back and realize, fuck,
Yeah, I
they're
was
on
stupid.
to me.
I was 18. I didn't
You
know
just
what the
assumed
fuck
it was going to go on forever.
Yeah, because I'm just making a lot of money, and you're just like, well, I don't give a fuck.
How'd you get caught?
This guy had come in and said, hey, I'm going to buy this, but I'm going to shove these gloves down my jacket. Is it cool if I just give you $20 for them? And I was like, fuck yeah. And I took it, and then the police came and arrested me.
Because you didn't have a lot of overhead cost.
No, I mean, I robbed that place blind.
You were You were very easy to catch, though. It really wasn't a very involved.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was a very very simple.
All right. Yeah, Troy, you tell some good stories, man. I was listening yesterday after our show. Very good.
Cool. Well,
all the van stories and shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Are we gonna replay that sometime?
Yeah.
You can throw that on the weekend. If it's good, it's good. Who gives a fuck?
That's right.
Throw it on this weekend.
Although maybe they've heard too much of my voice.
Yeah, they have. They have. All right, E-Rock. But you moved on. E-Rock, you talked to any of the other guys besides Troy?
Well, there's one guy that a mutual friend of ours that Troy and I have mentioned in the past. He used to weigh like 500 pounds, and now he's down to, I think he's about 200.
Yeah.
Has his tongue split like a serpent.
Why?
He's an awesome dude. Because
you don't like
to
that,
lose
Jimmy?
weight.
No.
That's how weight.
Yeah,
you
food
can't
kept falling out.
Can't really shovel it into the back of your
He actually had a great stunt that he wanted to do on this show, but I don't think that they're going to let him do it.
What is it?
Well, this dude was, like Eric said, he was 500 pounds. He weighs about 200 now, so he has a lot of extra skin hanging off of him.
Why don't you get that shit cut off?
Well, he said if we could find a doctor to do it, he'll eat a pound of his own flesh.
Oh, God.
I'd like to see that.
Wow.
But they don't think that legal will clear anything like that.
That's old school
Is
NEW
it raw
shit.
or is he going to cook it? How's he going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's sort of debatable. But I don't know a doctor that would do that and then hand you back your flesh.
I think you can get the flesh back.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours, man.
They probably put
There
it in
you
something
go.
that's not edible, though. Like formaldehyde or something.
Is cannibalism illegal?
Well, we did it back
Not
at NEW, so,
self-cannibalism.
you know.
Yeah, it's yours. You need it.
We did it once.
Who's to say you can't?
It was, what's his name? Stockbroker Dave had a vasectomy, and we got the tubes, and we ate them. I didn't eat them. Yeah, we put it on a Ritz cracker. It was officially cannibalism.
Just a little salt.
We did it. We did cannibalism on the radio officially. Yep.
Yeah, but he'd be willing to do like a burger or something.
A burger of his own. That is
Yeah.
awesome. That's so
Who's
old
gonna
school
make
radio.
Who's going to make the burger?
Look, you remember the day we fucking cooked rats in NEW?
Yeah.
We could find someone to cook up some human flesh easy.
Yeah, and when this came up in a meeting, Danny actually said that he would take a bite of it or have
Danny
it.
would?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, what do you think that tastes like?
Oof, I don't know.
He was hoping crispy.
Oh, God. I just got fucking water in my mouth.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be great to see.
Who's the person who says no to this?
Well, they have to run it up the flagpole, as they say around here.
So let's run it up, see how far we could go. Let's get some shit done.
It's
Throw
been
it down a
mentioned.
well, see if it makes a splash.
Yeah,
You
let's
know?
do this.
See what's going on there.
Let's see if they can blue sky this shit.
Run up the flagpole. I'll salute.
Or let them bake it, because we're going to need to bake the flesh anyway.
Oof.
Remember the old days? Let's let this bake for a while.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything crazy like that, Ronnie?
No.
What was the
No,
craziest thing you ever did on radio? I've never asked you that question.
Actually, sitting right here. This is fucking.
And listen to this shit.
As weird as I ever got.
You were never a stunt guy, though, right? For the most part.
For me doing it, no. There was always some fucking,
No, I know not you personally, but I mean, you guys didn't do a lot of stunts in your heyday, right?
No, I mean, we did all the same. That's how we had Paul O on the show and all that kind of shit.
Right.
We branded him. We did the whole
Right.
fucking put him in the fucking freezer with his tea back on and all that kind of shit. But we were doing a eating contest, and it was with Don Vito, and he fell asleep and fucking swallowed the stuff, and fucking it got caught in his throat, and he ended up going like brain dead. He literally like was brain dead, and I was like at the hospital, and the doctors were saying we can't get his fucking brain, and I actually called his parents, and I was talking to his brother-in-law, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. We were just partying and stuff, and he's brain dead, and his mom was like fucking crying and everything. And then all of a sudden, he just sits up in bed like the Undertaker and starts fucking yelling. And starts yelling, "Get me the fuck out of here. I'm not ruining my vacation on this."
Holy shit.
And then I had to tell his parents, okay, he's alive again.
That Don Vito, the one we all know?
Yeah.
He's a big fan of our show, or used to be.
I
He used to do shows with you.
Yeah, I knew him from my old neighborhood.
Oh, no kidding.
Back in, yeah.
What was the eating contest?
It was just like a chicken wing eating contest, him and Paulo, and they were just fucking eating barrels of it and drinking the whole time. He just passed out and died a little bit. And, it was one of those things where you're like, fuck.
Right.
Everything's done. It's
Yeah.
all gone.
Was it a remote?
No, we were just sitting around the fucking studio.
So you had to get the dragging his body out?
Yeah, I think we had actually got him into the limo before he fucking actually died. and then they took him to the thing, and like the doctor is saying there's no brain, and like some, whatever, his alcohol was through the roof, and then I guess he had thrown up, and they tried to have him sit up, and like so he was like suffocated, but his nostrils never worked that well because he used to spray paint cars. And never wore the mask. He would just sit there and spray paint all day long. So he couldn't even do lines.
Right.
He would have to fucking eat lines like a fucking, like a bear. He was just,
You've known him forever?
Yeah, I know him forever.
Is he brain dead from your radio?
No, he's fine.
bit?
He's fucking fine.
No permanent damage?
Yeah. Literally, when I remember years ago, and this is like a not even before radio story, we were going in his van. We're riding in the back of his fucking van going to Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yeah.
From Philly. And nobody gave him a beer when he wanted it. And he fucking put the van in fucking cruise control and got out from behind the wheel and walked to the back of the van with us. And everybody was like getting high and drinking. And you just see the driver next to you. And everyone's screaming and running. And he's like... I put it in fucking cruise control.
No.
We're fine.
That's like an urban legend. Yeah.
And we're going, dude, it ain't fucking automatic pilot. This isn't a 747. He just walked into the back of the fucking van.
Holy fuck. How much time did you guys have? Seconds.
Who knows? But he was always crazy. And then they put him on TV for it.
Yeah, obviously.
But like that was nothing about him was like an act.
So who grabbed the wheel?
Whoever was fucking, somebody from the back just jumped up.
Holy fuck.
And then he was yelling, I don't want anybody driving my van. Get the fuck out of here. He was a fucking maniac.
Yeah. We should get him on the show.
He's not allowed to
cross
anything.
Cross state lines?
Yeah, he can't even use that name anymore.
Why?
He got in some kind of trouble out in Colorado, and part of the deal was he can't do his character for, it was like 10 years or 7 years.
So he can't be himself?
He can't be himself. He can't go out and...
do anything?
Yeah, do gigs anymore. Because he was still, even after the show was off the air...
He was still living that life?
Yeah, still living it.
Wow. Fuck. Pat Duffy was part of you guys?
After I had finished with the band, he had joined. So we never really knew each other.
Oh, Pat.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
I just thought, I've been literally waiting for this subject to come up for a really long time. I can vouch for everything these guys are saying.
Oh, really? They were crazy, huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm very familiar with the man rammer.
So they used a man rammer after you were gone, Troy?
It was...
Or a very similar one.
Yeah, I mean, there was, like we said, some of the guys that we were with had worked at adult bookstores, so we had completely robbed them blind.
Oh, you didn't pay for the toys?
No.
Oh.
No.
Would you throw dildos out the window?
Yeah, we would do all sorts of crazy shit.
Well, let's not forget, we used to have the wiffle ball bat, so...
Yeah.
We did some crazy shit, Troy. We're like you.
Yeah.
Pat, you got a story? Because we got to go to break. We got Kevin Pollak standing by.
Just the only thing I thought of yesterday was they were talking about the rape van, and the only thing we ever did was we picked up this chick in Chicago, literally took all the money out of her wallet, spent her money across the entire country, and left her on the rim of the Grand Canyon.
Jesus Christ.
Literally, she just passed out. We put her shit next to her outside, next to her tent on the Grand Canyon, and just took off. We never spoke to her again.
She didn't have any money left?
No, nothing. Took her credit cards, her money, everything.
You took her credit cards, too?
Yeah, well, we needed gas.
And the band, did the band almost make it?
It was close.
Yeah.
It was.
You guys make any money?
No, we didn't really make money.
We had to pay money.
But we had a lot of fun. We would go on tour, and we would take strippers with us, and they would just pay for everything. And then we would just do awful shit.
What a life.
Yeah.
All right, Pat. Thank you, sir.
No problem, guys. Later.
Pat Duffy, everyone. Ronnie B sitting in.
There was another fighter that went undefeated. Another fighter went undefeated, according to Booby Man. There was a boxer.
Booby Man.
Vicky LaMotta. Well, close. Ted the boxer was also undefeated.
Yes, I was. People always overlook me because I only fought outside of the ring, and I fought women and older people. But I was undefeated. I fought a man one time for 17 rounds.
17, man.
Yes, he was an invalid. I
I worked at a hospice. I would walk in and punch his face and throw my arms above my head in victory and walk out. I boxed, but not professionally.
Oh.
Yes.
So you would just box the infirm?
I certainly would. I loved my hospital job. I would hit cadavers and those who could not fight back or speak for themselves.
What was your record?
Undefeated.
Oh, okay.
Except one time I slipped in shit running out of somebody's room. So I guess that was a draw.
Ted the boxer.
Yeah, Ted the boxer doesn't take any gunk.
No, he doesn't.
That's right. At one time, I pushed Adrian down when she was pregnant onto a bag of pet food.
Good for you.
Yes. And I punched Mickey after Clubber Lang scared him to death. I hit him because he came to my hospital.
Oh, they brought him there?
Yes, I went and I punched him in the face because I didn't like him in the Batman series. He frightened me.
What else frightens you?
Oh, a lot of things do. Ghosts. Ghosts. I didn't like the way that Bernard Hopkins stared at me. That was very unpleasant. I was about to say some shit.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
What were you going to say to him?
Goodbye, I'm leaving.
Ted is a chicken shit. Beats up on the sickly and the dead.
Nothing gets my blood boiling like when I see somebody really old who can't move below the neck. Time to kick ass and take names.
Ted, is it true you like to fight? Is it true you like to fight old ladies coming out of elevators?
I love it. That's right. I point at something and when she looks, I uppercut the bitch.
You like removing hats, don't you?
I certainly do. I'll watch Hopkins videos and act those things out with much older people. I don't like people my age because they hit hard.
Goddamn Ted.
Yeah.
I wish people take care of their houses.
Certainly do.
It's wonderful. But now I have a house guest. I have married couple, Jen and Buddy. They're the married parents of the kids.
How many kids?
Anthony, Christopher, who's my godson, and Vincent. They're 5, I believe, like 3, 4-ish, and then like 2-ish, one and something-ish. You know.
Good age. Wait, how many kids?
There's 3.
Oh, 3.
Good age to have running around the brand new house.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure they're not scratching anything.
Nah, they don't. The kids know.
Nah.
Now, just last week, I'm listening to a replay about the couch that I have in my reading room, which has a nice wood floor. And they call this wood floor, it's like A1 wood floor. It's got no knots in it or anything.
Nice.
Because sometimes you see wood floors, there's knots in it and imperfections. This is all oak wood floor. Not a knot to be found, not even in the closets. I like that. So there's a couch and an ottoman in there that never moves. And I hadn't put on the little Teflon booties on the bottom of the wooden and metal things on the ottoman yet, so when it slides on the wood floor. So last week, I was listening to the best of with Jimmy going, "Oh, you're done. That's going to be so scratched up." And I go, "No, I'm watching the ottoman to make sure." Well, apparently one of the children had used it as some type of walker in the room and was just kind of walking and hanging on to it as it... all along the wood floor. There it was, just gouges in the wood floor.
Like he's working a Ouija board.
A big oak Ouija board. I'm just horrified. But like what I think I've reached the point where I'm just like, destroy it. I know I have to fix it once they're gone. What am I going to do and I'm the worst. Like, that's why I'm not a parent. That's why I'm not, I don't know how to work these kids. I don't know where the off button is. To me, I swear to you, I've started to think, how much time could they possibly give me for murder? It's like what? 20 years?
Here's the off switch, by the way.
Is that it?
Well,
You know something? It's not.
In the old days, that was the off switch, but nowadays it's called a timeout.
I can't hit, first of all,
you get a timeout.
I can't hit other people's kids. Yeah, and it's timeouts and stuff. It's timeouts.
Hitting's fine.
I think it's fine. A lot of people still think it's fine, but it's a no-no out there.
Like their father.
Now it's called a timeout.
Their father, Buddy's hysterical because, like, he's Italian. And I kind of remember growing up and hearing this. He threatens them with, like, you touch anything, I cut off your hands. And the kids are petrified. Kid came in with, like, dirty feet one day, and he goes, come here, I'm going to cut your feet off. And the kid's like, no! Like, runs away from his father because he thinks he's going to cut his feet off. It is the funniest damn thing to see. I love when kids are either horrified or crying. I don't know what. It makes me smile. Like I heard last night, I'm finally trying to go to sleep, and I hear one of the kids was doing something. So the mother gave him a little whack, and I hear the kid in the other room like, yeah, crying, and I just got this big smile. And I said to my girlfriend, I go, I don't know why I get such pleasure in hearing children crying because they're upset or in some type of pain. I think it's because of the damage report on my house. Now, we got the wood floor all scraped up. And then I go into my powder room, which is kind of off the kitchen. Very convenient bathroom to have right there. Sure. First floor. Got a couple of them on the first floor. It's nice, but that's the convenient one.
It's not a powder room.
No, it's a powder room.
Ew,
do you know every fixture in there, the vanity is like furniture? It's not just like this little thing. It's furniture in there. It's a wonderful little thing to tile all handling. It's beautiful. Anyway, I go in. I go to blow my nose. I throw the tissue in the toilet and flush. And have that horror feeling as you see the water's not going down. It's climbing toward the edge of the toilet. So I dive underneath the bowl, and now it's a race between the water level and that little oval silver handle on the little pipe to shut it off. Because if you could get that turned off quickly enough, the water stops.
Oh.
So I finally got shut off right before it's going down. And I look, and I don't know. I see something poking out, but something had been flushed down the toilet. I don't know what it is. Could be a big, heavy piece of paper towel. Could be an action figure from the latest Pixar movie, Cars. I have no idea what it is.
Could be your dreams of a nice home.
My dreams of a nice home flushed right down the toilet. All I know is I came downstairs. My house, I've had it for probably
a month?
2.5 months, maybe.
Oh, is that
maybe
long
2
already?
months, something like that. And I come downstairs, turn on the light, and see, like in some type of bodega, an out of order sign on my bathroom downstairs. Out of order! Out of order! Do you know I have to open up my beautiful stainless steel refrigerator? I have to open it up with the handle as above my head. I have to hold the last 4 inches of handle because the handle runs the entire length of the door. It's one of those what the hell's the name of it? Sub-Zero. Thank you, Than. Than knows his appliances. Big stainless steel Sub-Zero, and I can't touch the handle because it is encapsulated in various forms of food, yogurt and jelly and
so you don't mind germs, you mind goo.
Goo,
you mind
sticky things like
goo.
That get me crazy. Sticky gets me crazy. And then I walk into one of the bathrooms and I go to to what I do in there, and I'm going, what the? I smell a baby. I smelled baby smell. It was a diaper. It was in the little tiny for your tissues garbage pail in the bathroom. And I'm in there going, oh my God, it's nursery kind of baby smell. I don't want my house to smell like a baby. I hate baby smell. Unless they're brand new, like just shampooed with Johnson's baby shampoo. You give them a little kiss on the head. Good night. That's it.
You're going to go nuts.
Gonna go?
Tell Jimmy about how you hid yesterday and they still got to you.
I spent the entire day I think I have bed